Hey guys, welcome to yet another beautiful video. And on today's video we'll be talking about everything couples should talk about before they relocate. You'll actually be doing my morning routine with me. So stay put, don't touch that dial. And if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do so. Like, share and follow. So one of the things I like to advise couples who are intending to relocate to do first is to decide how much they are willing to spend on the journey. Yeah, on that project. How much are they willing to spend? Which is a very important part of the process. So you have to decide how much you're willing to spend, how much is too much, how much is too little. This journey, and especially if it's a family with children, it's important to decide if you want to come in all at once, because that's going to be a bit stressful. Sometimes I advise people to, allow this main applicant to come in first, try to get a few things settled in, like your accommodation, the accommodation, get your BRP, try to just put some certain things in place before you, proceed to get your dependents and children down here, to make it a bit less stressful, and settling in will be faster with them coming in. So that's what I would advise. But if you know you can, maybe you have a family over here who is willing to go through the stress of getting accommodation for you, and all that, then you can all come in at once. Once accommodation is sorted out, a big part of your issue is already settled. Yeah. So like when we came in, it took us about, I think, a week to get a place to stay. And guy, I couldn't imagine being with kids on that journey, like, because we were at an Airbnb, and no matter how it is, you can't really say it's completely conducive or comfortable. So that was it. So if you can, just allow the main applicant to come in first, and then the children and your dependents can come in a few weeks after. Yeah, so that should help. Another thing I like to talk about is the issue of building your emotional connection. It's easy to build emotional connection when we're back home, because the lifestyle over there was a bit very family oriented. But over here, you need to put in that extra work to ensure that you both don't lose yourselves. Why do I say this? Now, in a situation where the dependent is working, I've seen situations where some couples don't get to see themselves in a day. You know what I mean? By the time your spouse is leaving for work, you're probably still at work or still at school, and before they get back to this day, you have gone for your own shift or for your own your own business of the day. Do you understand? So if this continues for a long period of time, there's going to be that bridge between the both of you. So you have to decide as you're coming, okay, this is how we're going to ensure that we do not grow apart. It's only a thin line that exists between going apart, actually. So you have to decide, okay, what are we going to do? Should we have date nights, Friday date nights? It might not be immediately you arrive, because at that point I know you'll still be trying to get settled with work, the bills and all that, but make it a plan, like make it part of your goals, make it part of the things you intend to do. And it shouldn't be too long before you start doing them. Do you understand? There should be one thing you guys do together, okay? Even if it has to be going to church on Sunday and then cook together thereafter, or choose a particular day when the both of you are free. Yeah, I think that's important. And with that period when you're free, ensure you both use it to invest in your relationship, because it will be nice that you relocate down here. Let me just be very honest with you, it's not going to be an easy process. You go into work, you'll be stressed out coming in and all that, but you need to make out time for yourselves. It's very important. So you don't, especially if it's a partner you love. I have to say that if it's a partner you love, so that you don't become a shadow of yourselves and begin to hate yourself. I mean, things would have been a bit different if we hadn't relocated, this and all that. So you have to make that conscious effort to ensure that your relationship is still thriving. Although I know that there are some people who, I mean, regardless of wherever the other person has been, whenever they have the time, they are all good. But I know that there are still some relationships that need you to put in the effort to ensure that your partner does not feel left out and all that. So it is important to communicate with your partner. It is important to create a time for yourselves. Don't just assume that, oh, they understand what the whole process is now. You don't, talk to your partner, you don't communicate, you just assume that they know what to do and all that. So it is important. This is for couples, actually. Another thing I think you need to discuss is your finances. Now, I have talked about discussing your finances from back home. Now, your finances while you're here. Who is in charge of what and who is not in charge of what? Do you understand? How much are you supporting the family with and all that? If you do not start as soon as you come in, finances, sometimes people don't talk about it. They just assume the other person should know. Do you understand? Talk about it. What are we doing? What is the plan? What are we saving and all that? So it is important that your finances, you talk about it, because money has actually been a huge part of a lot of marriages failing or a lot of relationships failing. So it is important that you talk about the money part. Do you understand? Let your partner know this is what we can afford for now. Let us do it like this, considering what we have on ground. Do you understand? So don't just assume that they should know. Be open, communicate, and also listen to your partner. Where you're coming from and here are two different places. So listen to your partner, be understanding, and before you know, you guys are going to be cruising. So basically, these are some of the things I think couples need to do when they arrive here. Things you should talk about when you arrive here. And until I see you guys again, if you know any other thing that you think is important that a couple should talk about, please put that in the comment section. All right? Bye, guys.